our second conversation for today. Of course, we are commemorating Women's Month, and so we're highlighting women doing great things. And we have Belizean Dr. Kyla Heusner joining us this morning, and she is the founder and president of the Promise Foundation International. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we are so happy that you had the time to be able to join in this morning and tell us all about the great work that you've been doing. Dr. Heusner, let's just talk a bit about your professional career before we talk about the establishment of the foundation. You've been doing great things for a while.
Okay. So as you know, Marlene, we went to St. Catherine's Academy. We could go all the way back there, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then we went, after St. Catherine's, I went to St. John's Junior College. I got a Jesuit scholarship to Detroit Mercy. After Detroit Mercy, I went to Jamaica at the University of the West Indies. That's where I did medical school. Then I did a family medicine specialty training stint in Indianapolis, Indiana, in the United States, and I've been here ever since. Currently, I live in Florida. I work as a hospital medicine doctor, so I'm a general medicine doctor in the hospital. I've served as medical director for hospital medicine in Texas. I've had different leadership roles in primary care, leadership in primary care. I've started my own practice a couple of years ago. I was running the Healthy Promise family practice, which is no longer in existence. But I've had quite a bit of variety in medical practice and leadership roles. And now, like I said, I work as a managed care. It's a special type of model of hospital medicine in Florida.
What inspired you to get into the medical profession? Was it something perhaps from your childhood or somewhere in your youth you decided that this is what you want?
I've always, from the longest as I could remember, I've always wanted to be a doctor. I thought I was going to be a surgeon. And so I was pretty hyper-focused on making that dream a reality for myself. So basically, I'm living my dream right now. I'm fortunate, a lot of people don't know what they want to do until later on, but I knew pretty early that that's what I wanted to do. And then in 2005, my mom suddenly passed away from heart disease. It wasn't expected, but she had a long struggle with diabetes. And so that's made me even more determined to try to help to prevent that to happen to other people.
Yeah.
From happening to other people, yeah.
Yeah. So you turned it around and you were able to. So let's talk about family medicine for a bit and what that encompasses.
So it's a relatively new specialty. So it's the equivalent of a general practitioner. In some countries, you don't need to have a general practitioner training to practice as a general practitioner. But in the United States, you do. It's a requirement, and some other countries you do as well. And so that's what family medicine is. It's training. It's like you're a master of all, but you're a jack of all, but you're a master of none. So we get surgical training, obstetrics training, hospital medicine training. During my family medicine training, I specialized in hospital medicine, and that's why I do hospital medicine work now.
Yeah. So it's essentially kind of reinforcing the concept of preventative care. Like you can catch conditions early and keep them properly maintained.
Exactly. And that's what I really enjoy about my current role in managed care, because the focus is preventative care. The focus is keeping people out of the hospital. It's bringing value back to the role of the primary physician or your general doctor in Belize. The goal is to keep you healthy and keep you out of the hospital, because there's so many things we can prevent through education, through practicing self-care, through the basics, diet and exercise. Everything does not have to go catastrophic. We don't have to get to the point of having to require hospitalization all the time. There's a lot that we can do individually and as communities to prevent progression of chronic diseases especially.
So tell us a bit about the Promise Foundation International. What do you guys set out to do, and how is your public benefiting from the services and the efforts that you're undertaking?
Okay, that's Thank you for asking me about the foundation. I love to talk about the foundation. So I was fortunate to acquire all this education from St. Catherine's to the end of medical school via scholarships. And so I'm very aware from living in Belize and from living in Jamaica that there are so many bright, passionate, driven young people who have the discipline, they have the drive, but they face challenges in getting the opportunities that they need to pursue their educational path. So that's where the idea came. If I could do it, I'm sure tons of other young people could do it and even more. Yeah. So I joined with some of my friends from different Caribbean countries that I've met throughout my life and different stages of education, and we came together and we formed the Promise Foundation. So our goal is to inspire, to educate, and to empower young people. And we do this primarily through providing scholarships and mentorship to teens who apply to be Promise Foundation scholars. So applications are actually open for the 2022 cohort of students. This is our second year collecting applications. We have a 2021 cohort, and that consists of about 7 students from different Caribbean countries. I really encourage our Belizean teams to apply and to complete the application process. The 2021 cohort does not have anyone from Belize, unfortunately.
Wow.
That would be awesome if we could get some of our students in there. All the scholars are assigned a mentor who are about my age, from a Caribbean country, and has similar paths or similar goals. We try to focus on students who want to pursue careers in STEM and education fields. So science, technology, education, math, and who want to be teachers, because I think teachers are super important. Teachers are the foundation to all these other professions in STEM and other areas of life. So we're trying to focus on students who want to do those things.
What countries are you currently working in?
The students that we are working with are currently from Barbados, from Trinidad, and from Jamaica. Okay. We also partner with other foundations. We're starting to do that, and the one we're partnering with right now is from Haiti. It's called Messengers for Action. And so we're partnering with their school in Haiti to try to support them as well. All of our work is through fundraising. So we carry out different fundraising activities during the year to try to gather funds to do these, to provide the scholarships and to help to support the STEM programs that we identify that could be helped.
Oh, wow. And the scholarships that you offer, they're for what level?
Okay, so it depends on what country you're in.
Okay.
In Belize, it's high school. It's a full scholarship for anywhere between the first to the 4th year of high school. We allow people who've gotten it once to reapply. Okay. So if you get the first year, if you meet certain criteria, you get to reapply, and then you are provided with a full ride for the next year. In Trinidad and in Barbados, our focus is on post-high school level. So these are early college students. The scholarship is less, their tuition awards, but they still are required to meet certain criteria to receive them and to be qualified for the next round. So the criteria that we look for are community service activities. You have to participate in our book club because we are strong encouragers of readers from early. So we pick a book every semester and we talk about the book. We try to garner the lessons that we could use in our own lives from the books. And then we have a workshop schedule, so a teen workshop schedule that goes every other month. And we talk about a different topic that's relevant to teen development. So talk about this month in March, on March 24th, our topic is mental health in teens.
Oh, great. Now, you said something very important, that you don't just offer scholarships, but it comes along with a mentor. From your experience, I'm sure you've mentored some of the children. What are some of the things you've learned? What's changed? What's the same about growing up in these different countries?
Well, there's a lot of similarities still. I think technology is an area that's a lot different. We didn't rely so much on technology when we were growing up, but now we need to have different media to allow our work to get done. That's probably one of the major differences, but a lot of the basics of being a successful student is the same as when I was growing up. I mean, it's tenacity, it's consistency, it's sticking to it. It's what we try to add now because we're more aware of self-care and the importance of the mind to overall success is to make sure that we're encouraging ways for them to take care of themselves and to stay mentally well as well. So the emphasis is not just on study, study, study. It's on study plus did you exercise? Did you meditate? Are you eating well? And that kind of thing.
What has been your success rate in terms of being able to see these scholarship recipients, these students all the way through?
Well, we just started in 2020, and last year was our first cohort of Promise Foundation scholars. So this is just 1 year of completing with the sessions with one group of students. So we don't have that success rate as yet. We will know probably in a couple of years how well they really do. But from our experience right now, I think that our intervention is very helpful. They're assigned, like I said, a mentor early on in the process. The mentors touch base with them about every 2 weeks or so, every month for some people, just depends on the needs of the students. And so we haven't followed it to the end as yet. We're pretty early in the process.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting because you talk about how you use your own personal experience to kind of grow this opportunity for others. And we know the realities in Belize. Scholarships are very much sought after. What's your hope in being able to get more Belizeans to apply through the foundation and to access the benefits?
We try to reach out and make connections with the elementary schools, the primary schools.
Yeah.
Last year, that was our strategy. I think this year we're going to try to reach out to even more schools to encourage their students to apply. That's basically our tactic right now. And then there's a lot of social media presence. If you follow us on Instagram or follow us on Facebook, or go to our website even, you can keep abreast of the activities, refer your friends, your family members, anyone who you think could commit to this process and would benefit. And obviously we ask for proof of need, what would benefit from the scholarships. So we're still coming up with ideas of how to be more successful in garnering successful applicants from Belize.
Yeah. So when is the application period? So people who are watching right now, parents may be watching and saying, my child can use this extra help.
Well, the applications are already updated on the website. So anyone could go on there at any time. It's Promise, the promiseinspired.org. And you go on there and you look under Get Involved. And you'll scroll down and you'll see the applications there for non-US students. That's the form that you will fill out. There's supporting documents that we ask for. And there's a principal form. There's an essay that they have to write. Those are the main things. We ask for a transcript as well, of course.
Yeah.
But the important thing is that the application has to be completed. What we found last year is that people would start the process, but then they don't finish all the requirements. And so then that kind of disqualifies them from being successful in the application. But we're pretty understanding. We're pretty generous. We know that this is a difficult time, especially with COVID. And so we're flexible in that way, but we still require some standard of completing the applications as best we can.
Okay. And I see that you have a virtual run coming up as well. This is part of your fundraiser?
Yes, this is our most recent fundraiser. It's a virtual 5K run and walk. So that means that there's not a specific location that you have to be at. You could run, walk, you could ride your bike, you could run on your treadmill, whatever you want to do, as long as it's 5 kilometers long. You take pictures and you tag us in there. It's $30 to sign up, or you can make a donation. And this is one of our big fundraisers to fund the scholarships that are coming up.
Okay. Anything else you'd like for people to know about the foundation, how they can support? And most importantly, I think the fact that the students get assigned a mentor, that's such a great opportunity for you to share with them and for them to learn from others.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I just encourage everyone to refer a friend, refer their relatives, try to apply. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of, I really do believe that we have a lot of qualified students in Belize and the rest of the Caribbean, of course, who could benefit from these scholarships. So you could just share it, apply, finish it. And also, if you are interested in donating or supporting us in any other way, we're always looking for mentors as well. Those are ways that you could participate. You could refer, you could apply to be a mentor, you could donate to the foundation. You could give us new ideas. We're very, very early in the process. We're a new nonprofit organization. So we accept all feedback and any assistance that you think would help us to be successful in inspiring, educating, and empowering our young people, because that's really what the focus is.
Fantastic. All right, well, we do hope that we have our Belizean students paying attention, or I'm sure their parents are, and they're going to be accessing the website. Of course, the reality is sometimes families do need some help, and it's wonderful for you and your team to step in and to allow for some parents to get access to that help. So best of luck to you and the rest of your team. And there are quite a bit of runners here participating in 5K, 10K, half marathons. I hope they support as well.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Of course, all the best to you and stay safe.
All right. Thank you, you too.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take our final break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.